Okay. Hey, we're gonna play. Okay. Playing Var Akobian. For the best viewing experience, it's probably would be nice for people to watch both, like both commentary. Good luck. Okay. Oh, what's up playing against Var? Let's play a QGD. Um, so Var is among the top 200 players in the world. Has played many U.S. championships. He might hold a record for like the most back-to-back U.S. championships. Okay. I played VAR before in like some of these St. Louis Chess Club over the board blitz events. I usually play bishop e7. I'm going to try this new sort of line with bishop d6 and then eventually h6. Yeah, we'll see how up to date he is in like modern theory. So knight f3. And knight f3 is kind of a more positional line. I'm supposed to play bishop here, knight here, and then kind of just chill. And some ideas of like trying to slow down White's minority attack. Yeah, he's still trying to get it with pawn b4. I'm thinking queen b8. It's a slightly unusual idea, but just to create the battery and also to preserve the c8 square for the rook. And yeah, now here I could consider playing b5. Do I go for b5 immediately? If I play b5, I have to be ready for takes. Oh, but then I could take here with the bishop. Let's do this. Oh, but maybe a4? It's tricky. If a4 I take, and probably take... I'll play b5. So b5, it's more of a preventive move. I'm trying to prevent White from playing b5 himself. Now let's take. It's also controlling c4, which could be very nice for the knight. And the drawback with this structure is this pawn is backwards on a half-open file. But the benefit is the pawns are smiling. This pawn's a bit weak too. It's isolated and constantly attacked. 95 makes sense. 95 makes a lot of sense because this pawn is lacking any sort of support. Let's play this move. So defending. So that was maybe one reason to put the queen here is to have this move eventually. And pieces are still kind of just chilling. Staying within my own territory. And now this move, threatening knight a3. Knight a3 is sometimes easily overlooked, but and he's going to see it. The sideways Alekine's gun, yeah. Usually it's more powerful to have pieces aligned on the same file rather than the same rank. I just win a pawn here? He saw this, but did he see this? Let's take a free pawn. Oh, maybe he's gonna comp. But it shouldn't be that bad. I have this move. I could also maybe take... No, I can't take because my bishop's pinned. I'll play this move first. And defends the pawn. Attempts to restrict the knight. I'll admit this is a little bit uncomfortable. But it's not too bad. I think I can take and play queen d6. Like, this pawn's weak, but this pawn's also a target. Rook a4 ideas. Oh, but he could get a gun. Yeah, for those unfamiliar with the Alekine's gun, is when your three major pieces are lined up on the same file. And it can be very deadly. But he goes for the defensive gun, kind of. I have to watch my time. I mean, I'm thinking just rook Yeah, rook a4. So now I have two attackers, so this, like the queen and rook are both tied down to the pawn. I'm also preparing the double up, maybe eventually rook a1 or rook a3. Also realizing this knight is not the happiest. It's just kind of sitting around doing nothing. Would much rather be on c4. Bishop f5 is a bit tricky. Bishop f5 is actually very wise. So if I take... Taking just gives white too much initiative. I'm thinking just g6. And then recapture with knight. If I take with knight, there's this move. His tactics. So I have to take with queen. And the c-pawn's probably going to be a goner. But it's interesting, because if he really tries to win c6, I could maybe win b4. I'm also realizing there's forking potential. I should have considered knight e4 to go into d2. Ooh, forgot about that move. Does that work? I kind of have to take it and then pray. Take and pray. Don't hurt me. Probably this move. I don't know if he's trying to draw or trying to beat me. Probably trying to beat me. But I'm up. Wait, what's the material? Bishop for 2 pawns? Wow, it's a raid. Wow, it's a Gotham raid. What's up, Gotham Chess? Thanks for raiding. Appreciate that. A shout out to Gotham. If you're just joining, it's kind of intense time scramble situation. I'm playing GM Var Akobian. This is 3+2, and he just sacked a piece trying to destroy my king. I'm kind of scared. Let's avoid the draw for content. But also because I might just be better here. Like, the knight's restricted, the queens will only attack. Ooh, this is a good move. And the knight wants to join the party. I can play this move. And then like, hide the king. I don't have to hide the wife, because I don't have a wife. I'll hide the king in this way? Or I could just take. I should probably take. It's just simpler to play with 5 seconds left, and then take here. And we're gonna have a race scenario where white has pawns and I have pawns. Material's actually balanced, weirdly enough. Put the queen in the center and start running the b pawn. Ooh, the rook wants to come in. Let's prevent it. Controlling these squares, not the square. Also supporting the pawn with this move. Don't flag me. Ooh, good move. Ooh, this is unpleasant. I'm defending. Don't hurt me. I have to play this really sad move. At least the bishop attacks. Draw? Oh no. Wait, I can take. I think he just blundered. Back. What is this position? My pawn. I'm threatening a fork. This is so stressful. Play this move attacking, kind of, not really. What's going on here? I want to put the bishop in the center. Or just run. No, I blundered. Please let me promote. No. I resign. Well played. What a game. What a game. I don't know what happened that game. That was a crazy game.
All right, guys. So we'll take a look at the first game, and then there were some interesting openings Eric played. So
Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm bringing the games into Lichess Study,
okay,
and I'll go ahead and invite you to
perfect,
the study too.
perfect. Yeah, we can look at this one. Sure. So
So I played this. It's kind of a new emerging line against the Queen's
uh-huh.
Gambit. I was curious if you've like looked at this at all from
Yeah.
either side.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is interesting. This Bishop D6. I have a little bit of experience playing against it a little bit,
Hmm.
but the key is not to put a knight on e2 because in this lines, if you put a knight on e2, then you always have to watch out for the Bishop h2 sacrifice when you castle. Like for example, you play knight bd7, and then it's if I castle,
I
then
would
I have
actually play a5, a5
yeah,
to support knight a6, but it's the same idea.
yeah, exactly,
If
yeah,
castling,
yeah, and then you have this ideas.
I've
So
had this a few times
sure.
in online games,
Yeah, yeah. No,
and
absolutely. Yeah. I've played against this a few times. It was very unpleasant.
mm,
So that's why I put a knight on it. But I think this game you played really well, and I thought you outplayed me, and I missed something there. Um, Not exactly sure where I went wrong, but
yeah, I mean this idea with Queen b8 and eventually b5 is it's like the one idea I know in the structure,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
kind of
Maybe
worked out well.
I'm thinking maybe my b4 was a bit too early. So
Mm.
a3, and also by the way, there was a moment here after Queen b8.
Hmm.
I thought you had an idea. Uh, take.
Is it synced
No.
up for you? Like you can move pieces too,
Oh, I
right?
can move the piece.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, okay, perfect. So I was wondering if you looked at this move here. Either take, and Bishop G4 idea.
Oh, I did not consider Bishop G4. What's the
Because
point?
the point is just to
Just to
take on
take.
F3 and take on H2.
Hmm.
And if I play H3, now you take on F3 and then G5. You win.
Ah. Oh wow. Oh, that's actually really
So
nice.
yeah, it's really good, I think, for you. I think I have to play Bishop G3, but then I think my position it's not that bad, but I don't know this position. Uh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
I would leave the tension.
maybe still b5 and then knight b6, knight c4. Because if you
Right.
get a knight on c4 with this double structure here, I don't think I can never. The problem with this structure, Eric, the main problem is I can never play e4 in this
Which
position.
is usually your main plan
Yeah,
when I have
yeah.
pawns like this.
Yeah, if I play e4, then you're gonna put a knight on f4, then it's gonna be really bad. So that's the main
Hmm.
problem with this structure here. And since position is already open on a queen side, then it's gonna be hard for me to play king h1, rook g1. I think that's just gonna be too long. So I
Right.
think this is another idea that you could have done. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
good to know. Yeah, like I don't have too much experience playing this line. I only started playing it like a few months ago,
yeah.
and I only checked knight f3 even more recently with this queen b8 idea. So it's nice to know this resource,
Oh,
like
absolutely,
combining, like exploiting the
absolutely.
knight, the pawn, and the bishop, like all kind of simultaneously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So b4, and I think I decided to play bishop g3 now, but I think somehow it didn't quite work out for me. Maybe I should have trade. Maybe I should have trade on d6.
Mm.
Maybe I should have trade on d6. I'm thinking now bishop d6, take, and try to remaneuver the knight on c5 very quickly. But knight c4 is coming, and the problem is it's very hard for me to contest for the a file because the b4 pawn is weak. Like I can never do this because I will drop this pawn.
That's
So
true, right? Yeah, it's a
yeah,
drawback for white.
yeah. If I manage to get a knight on c5, then I'm slightly better here. But
Hmm.
every time I try to do it, like I'm dropping this pawn.
Hmm.
So and normally you do this a little bit different, but I think your pieces are actually perfectly placed here. So I think it's probably about equal here, but maybe a little bit easier to play for black actually.
Yeah, I was feeling comfortable until like this
Yeah,
time scramble situation,
yeah. Okay, let's
and
go forward. Yeah. So
I honestly didn't see this bishop G. I didn't even consider bishop G6 for you.
oh, when you play
So
g6, yeah, yeah, right here,
yeah, if
yeah.
you want to like go forward to this moment,
Yeah. Yeah, I actually, if I take on d7, then it's if
which
I
I was
take on d7,
expecting because I can't
yeah,
take back with knight because you take on b5.
yeah. So you're gonna take with the queen, I guess.
Can you please turn
But
on
this
the
is also
evaluation
not
bar?
bad, you know, because I can now take on c6 and threatening knight b5. I think even this is probably going to be okay for me, because now if rook to here, I can just take on b5.
Yeah, no, I thought I was gonna end up like losing one of the pawns
One
some
of the
way or
pawns is
another.
probably going to be equal. But the sacrifice, I'm not sure if it's that good.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively speaking, if it wasn't a blitz game, I would have not done it. But yeah, we repeated it. But of course, you're better here after king f7. Here, I didn't see anything I can do actually. So that's the only thing. That's why I played knight f3, because I think objectively this is just winning for you.
Well, I said during the game that like your queen can't attack alone, and then you played knight f3, and then I kind of I guess panicked.
Yeah, no, I think you played correctly. You played the best move. I just don't know why you took, because if you just go here, I just don't see a threat, you know?
Yeah, I just panicked, and I think we can see. Okay,
Yeah,
I had about
yeah,
12
time,
seconds
12
left.
seconds. Yeah.
So I just assumed like taking is easier to play than letting your knight survive. But
Sure.
if I spend like a few more seconds realizing you
Few
don't
more
have a
seconds,
follow
yeah.
up.
I don't have any follow. In fact, I don't know what to do after queen e5 next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just centralize your queen.
Right.
I mean, you're threatening to take on b4, so I was thinking to play this to at least protect this.
Mm-hmm.
But then after you go here, now I have to do something with this knight. You have rook a1 ideas coming up, and
Yeah, like I was still pleased with this position, but
yeah, no, I think you're still probably winning after rook g5.
Uh-huh.
But at least now I have this hope. I played this because I was constantly worried about lifting a rook and then getting mated with queen e1 and knight g4. So, and then I thought maybe I can make a break. I think maybe even queen d2 is very good for you here. Queen d2 and just...
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, of course, I want to attack on the king side, but I also wanted to just push my pawns.
push my pawns. Yeah,
There's a few different ideas.
Yeah. Bishop b6. Maybe, yeah. I think you're just probably winning.
Mm-hmm.
Just pushing the b pawn.
But practically, like anything can happen in the time scramble.
Yeah. No, it was a scramble. Okay.
Yeah.